It's 105.5 WDHA here on the Jersey Magazine. Just as last week we had a baseball-oriented show for the first Sunday in December, we're going to concentrate on some baseball again. And I have three guests with me this morning, Jen Mead, Matt Hyde, and Danny Corona. And we want to talk about a really special event that is coming up on Sunday, the 19th in Wayne, just up the road from the radio station, a baseball clinic for the Kelly Rodman Baseball Foundation. Jen, let me start with you. What was it about Kelly that made her so special?
Oh, how long's your radio show? I'm not sure we have enough. I think basically her passion for everything and how she wore her heart on her sleeve, and she really just took a liking to people that were good people. She had a very good read on people, and she just was one of those people that you just wanted to be around, made everything better. Every situation she made better. She want better than she found it. I think that's the best way to kind of sum it up. And she just gave it her all, no matter what she did. She didn't do anything less than 100% in her professional life or personal life. And she just was one of those people that changed the dynamic of the room wherever she was, impacted so many people.
Matt, you are the Northeast area scout for the New York Yankees, and Kelly was one of, at the time, a handful of women scouts in Major League Baseball. How difficult is it for someone to cross the gender barrier, if you will, becoming a scout in Major League Baseball?
Well, I think she made that transition seamless because she never made it about being a female scout. She just wanted to be known as a scout, and she also really wanted to be known as a Yankee. And I think she accomplished both feats incredibly well, to the point where she endeared herself to so many people in the baseball community in the Northeast. And she did it because she did the simple things. She showed up early. She stayed late. She talked to people. She was an incredible representative of the Yankees. And she also became a very highly valuable part of our scouting department, Department 27, to where she was really trusted to do a lot of different things to help in the signing and scouting of prospects, including Anthony Volpe, who she helped out a lot with. So, the big thing again, Jim, is she didn't make it about this big crusade or being a female scout in the game. She wanted to be just the best scout that she could possibly be. And I think that through going that route, she really gained the respect of many in the baseball community.
I think that's something that's indicative of a number of women who have come into the limelight in recent years. Kim Ng's name obviously would come up. A lot of baseball fans would know her, of course, now with the Marlins, where they don't want to make a big thing about I'm a woman in baseball. I'm somebody in baseball, and I think that stands out from women like her and Kelly. I only met Kelly, I think, once at a scouting event, but seems to have been a remarkable person. We're talking this morning with three guests here, Jennifer Mead, Matt Hyde, and Danny Corona from the New York Yankees. Danny and Matt here at 105.5 WDHA on the Jersey Magazine. Danny, tell our listeners about this event that's coming up next Sunday, the baseball clinic in Wayne.
So this Kelly Rodman Baseball Foundation, we're having our first annual holiday baseball camp, and it's open to kids, want to say ages 8 and up, have a few teenagers coming out, and it's open for all skill levels. We're going to have kids that are younger who are new to baseball and want to come and learn from scouts and former professional baseball players, current professional baseball players, which will be in attendance, college players, alumni from our area code team, that kids who played with and on the team that Kelly Rodman coached a couple years ago and 3 years ago. And it's going to be fun for those kids and for the kids that are in their teenage years that are a little bit more advanced in their skill set. They're gonna come out and learn from scouts and take away things that are going to make them better for their upcoming baseball season.
Matt, who do you have your eye on these days locally? I know you mentioned Anthony Volpe. Anthony's from just down the road here in New Jersey. Who are you keeping your eye on these days? Or are you not allowed to say?
Well, there's a lot of great players, and I think it's indicative of the great things that have been done here in the Northeast to challenge the players from this area against players around the country. And I think it's been proven that players from this neck of the woods can more than hold their own. And it's become a very productive scouting area. And, I think this sort of thing's a lot of fun, and it's right up Kelly's alley. I mean, Kelly is smiling on this one because she loved to help inspire. She loved providing an opportunity for kids to learn. And for us as scouts, I know we love to give back, and we love to help share our expertise. And, that's the sort of thing that we've been doing for years. And I think it's helped grow the game in the Northeast like no other part of the country. There's no doubt that the scouts up here have done, in my opinion, the best job of growing the game and putting the top players on a platform where they can find out how good they are against the best.
Danny, for listeners, I mean, we obviously know what baseball scouts do, but for listeners who might not be familiar with an associate scout's role, what's that like for you?
For me, it's let's put it this way, for where it makes sense for everybody. It's almost like an internship where you get the tools, the guidance, the support, the feedback. People like Matt Hyde, Caesar Presbot, who work with the Yankees, Kelly Rodman, for me, somebody who supported and helped, especially with our event, Metro Scout Day. It's the guys who grind. So, for example, Matt Hyde has a very big territory. The Northeast is one of the bigger territories in the country, I believe, where he can be anywhere between New York, New Jersey area, all the way up to Maine, Vermont, and west of it and whatnot. And Matt also, and I'm sure through his meetings, he talks about players in other areas and whatnot. But basically, I help him with New York City, New Jersey, Long Island, anywhere assigned. Really, Matt's been great with teaching me how to go ahead and write reports on players, evaluate guys. What are we looking for in a particular kid that could potentially become a New York Yankee, right? And so my job as an associate is just to be of value to him and the New York Yankees as far as finding the next Anthony Volpe, the next Derek Jeters, it's something that I have a passion for, that I share with Kelly Rodman. I mean, this event is for Kelly Rodman, and people don't realize that when I met Kelly, she was just coming into scouting as well. She might have been about a year or two ahead of me, and she was learning, and she was getting really good at it. But she always made time to also support people like myself and others who were trying to get in the game, and wasn't afraid to, maybe because she was a female scout, she was a scout. And one of the things that I learned from her was that she wasn't afraid to show up to a field and step out of that scouting position for a second and just go and talk to a player and find a way to make him better. And kids felt comfortable with that. I have a son who was scouted by the Yankees, my son was actually drafted this past summer. And I can tell you right now, no questions asked, you can ask him, he'll be at the camp. If there was one scout that had a very big impact on him, was Kelly Rodman. And that's not because we're having this camp. And so, learning to scout and helping with the Yankees and stuff like that, a lot of it, I've learned how to grind and be at as many games as possible to help Matt. I learned through watching Kelly and all that stuff. But again, to answer your question, it's almost like an internship where you're learning how to become a scout and you're helping, and it's something I have a passion for and want to continue doing.
We're talking with Jen Mead, Matt Hyde, and Danny Corona here this morning on the Jersey Magazine about the late Kelly Rodman and the Kelly Rodman Baseball Foundation, the holiday baseball clinic that's coming up at PS2 Athletics in Wayne next Sunday on the 19th. Jennifer, what other events do you think will be coming forward from the foundation in the future?
But definitely similar things as what's happening on the 19th, but then we're trying to get some things together. Obviously, when this all started, it was right during the pandemic. So we've kind of been behind the scenes and now ready to really hit the pavement. Going to try to come up with a isolated event for the foundation, whether it be kind of a home run derby or a mini golf or a cornhole tournament, something that's kind of fun for everybody. That's what Kelly would want, of all. So we're kind of leaning towards the mini golf. So we kind of, the overhead of a big golf tournament is a lot to run. So it's very similar, but on a mini scale. And then obviously I'm hoping to get to the Mohegan Sun baseball convention in January, get some workout there and gets the name going. The first big event in the baseball world, technically, outside from this clinic, will be at the Mohegan Sun and just kind of go to clinics, going to some events. I just was up in Massachusetts last week at Planet Fast Pitch. They had Odyssey Alexander was a big speaker at that softball complex, and we were one of the vendors there. And Kelly spoke there. That was the last public event she did before she passed, was at Planet Fast Pitch. And a lot of the kids part of that program wear the bracelets, know her, have the stickers. So we had a table there, and we had a lot of good turnout for that. So obviously it was for Odyssey. We were just part of being there, but that's kind of looking to get into that, areas where there's baseball clinics, events, things of that nature. That's what she would want.
And Wayne is right in our backyard here at WDHA, Jen. So for WDHA parents who are interested in having their sons and or daughters attend, I love watching girls play baseball these days. We have a number of them in the area. Where's the best place for them to go?
In a few days, by the time this airs, it will be on the website, www.thekellyrodmanbaseballfoundation.org, as well as on any of the social media linked to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, as well as I think, Danny, on the Metro Scout websites and in social media as well for signing up and getting info.
Yeah, I know it's already gone out on the New York Pro Scouts Association.
Yep.
In fact, that's how I found out about this and reached out to you guys to talk about this. Looking forward to it. It is Sunday, December 19th at PS2 Athletics in Wayne. And again, the website, thekellyrodmanbaseballfoundation.org. Jen, Matt, Danny, thank you so much for your time this morning here at WDHA, and the best of luck with the event.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jim.